Welcome guys to another episode of Nice Talk. Today let's talk about 3 main reasons why we move out of North Charlotte. My name is Daniel Kumu. I'm a local realtor with Nice Group at Keller Williams Realty, your favorite African realtor. Today I want to talk to you about 3 main reasons why my family and I we packed up and moved out of North Charlotte, commonly called the university area. And if you stick around till the end of this video, I will give you 3 other reasons why you may want to consider North Charlotte or the university area as part of your plan, either moving into Charlotte or relocating to Charlotte. Okay, so a little history about what is called North Charlotte. If you're one who already here in Charlotte or know a little bit about Charlotte, they call the north side of Charlotte North Charlotte. North Charlotte is situated at the border of Cabarrus County, defined by 3 main zip codes: 28262, 28269, 28213. I moved to Charlotte, I would say a little over a decade ago. I moved right into the north side of Charlotte. I recall in my 20s getting an apartment right off Colonial Village, right off Mala Creek and W.T. Harris. I enjoyed living where I was because it was very vibrant, live. We had a lot, almost literally everything where you are within distance to uptown Charlotte, we are within 15 to 20 minute distance to uptown Charlotte. When it comes to the city life, I was in my 20s, so being surrounded by younger crowd, I felt more welcome. So it was a great place for us. When it comes to the job wise, I was working for a financial company at the time, so the distance to my job at the time was just ideal, perfect. So I love the university area. I love North Charlotte. For now, we bought a house. We lived in that home for about 10 years before we made the decision to make a move outside of the North Charlotte, or so-called the university area. In my time, you will see that I'm going back and forth between North Charlotte and university area. Most of the people refer to North Charlotte as the university area, and some people call it the North Charlotte. So I'm using those 2 terms back and forth. It's not to confuse you, it's just to give you an idea on what the charlatan call it, okay? I'm an African, so I'm not a charlatan, so I won't call myself a charlatan. Though I'm a Charlotte resident, I love my city, I'm still, I won't call myself a charlatan. But yeah, most charlatans call it university area or North Charlotte. So going back to the story, we lived in a house for 10 years, and my wife had been preaching on moving out of where we were for a while, until one day it just clicked. And yes, we made the move. And today I want to talk to you about the 3 reasons why I'm one that don't like change. Yeah, that time I had to agree with my wife to make the move outside of where we were. 3 main reasons. First reason why we move out of Charlotte or North Charlotte. As I mentioned to you, North Charlotte is called the university area. Why? Because the UNCC is right at the center of North Charlotte. With the student population about 30,000, you can tell that the area is flooded with college students. For us at the age where we were still young, we were still not 20, we didn't have a problem with having college students around. Now we start having kids, and with kids we have families, and things that we are more involved in is different as a family with kids and as a family with young kids. So having a population with college students surrounding one was a little bit, we felt a little out of place. That's one of the reasons why we felt a little bit out of place. 30,000 college students is a very large population. So we wanted something a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more reserved. So that was one of the reasons why we decided to move out of the university area. Nothing against the college, nothing against the college student. We felt at the time that personally myself, I wanted something a little bit more setback, more reserved, more private. So that's one of the reasons why I moved out of the university area. Second reason, and for me this reason should have been my first reason, but this is the second reason why we moved out of the university area. Post-COVID, starting 2021, we have noticed, or you all noticed, that Charlotte has blown up. In a sense of everybody's moving to Charlotte. There was a recent article stated that between 2021 and 2023, there was an average of 113 people moving into Charlotte every day. So that is about 41,000 people moving into Charlotte. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. So we went through that phase where Charlotte was growing. It was just out of control. With the growth come the economic growth as well. Everything come with growth. So we had an inflow of investors, primarily hedge fund or Wall Street backed investor, starting to invest in single family home in Charlotte. As a realtor, I believe we were at the point where in 2021, 2022, 17 to 20% of single family home were purchased by some of those hedge fund or Wall Street backed investors, and we lived there for 10 years. Great community for family. We loved it. Has 2 clubhouse, 2 swimming pool. In fact, they have a swim team. So it was a great tennis court, everything, all you need in a community for a family. It was a great community. We lived there for 10 plus years, and we enjoyed every single moment of living in that community. And all those investors coming in and buying single family home, I believe, in my opinion, they targeted the area of North Charlotte and primarily the university area. I recall at that time, literally next door, both houses next door to us were purchased by hedge fund investors and rented to college students. And at the time, they were renting and by the room. I don't know if that is what they have. Yet I would believe they were renting those homes by the room, because one of the houses, there were almost 4 college students in one of those houses. They were car parked on the street. Literally, you can't park your car. One of the incidents that triggered me to expedite, I'll call it expedite, or one of the incidents that triggered me to just, hey, I had enough, let's just make the move, was I have a truck that I usually use on the weekend for going to Home Depot, Lowe's, and pick up some stuff for the house. One of the student, which is the neighbor, which is the house next to us on the right hand side, rode on my truck and said, I need you to move my truck, or if you don't move it, I'll move it for you. So I'm one that don't like confrontation. The note, it wasn't very welcome. I showed it to my wife, and it just made the process of moving out of university area or Charlotte much faster. So going back to the point of hedge fund buying a lot of single family home in the North Charlotte or around the university area, as an investor, it makes sense. There was a large demand, or I would call it a demand for those rental in that area. We were 5 to 10 minutes away from the UNCC campus, so having home for rent within our community is ideal for any investor. Those homes stay rented all year round, and we have a lot of those investors buying within that community, and literally the community got flooded with college students. So that was one of the reasons why we felt that it is time for us to make a move and move out of the university area. Now, the third reason why we move out of the university area, this one is a personal move, is a personal motive. I mean personal motive because our daughter was getting to the school age. Prior to this age, she was enrolled in a semi-private entry-level school where she took her semi-private entry-level school where she was going until now it's time for her to go to her elementary school. The elementary school we were zoned for at the time, we weren't very happy of the rating of that elementary school. So that's one of the reasons. The school system was another reason why we felt that it was best for us to make a move. Taking in consideration the cost we were spending on average of $500 a month to pay for a $500 to $1,000 a month, depending on where you are, to pay for a private school, we could have used that money to invest in a home. add it to our current mortgage and live in an area that we're happy with, and also for us will make sense when it comes to investment rather than paying for that private school at the time. So that was one last reason why. The third reason why we felt that it was time for us to make a move outside of the university area. Now, we are living in Cabarrus County now, which is still north of Charlotte, literally the border of North Charlotte. So we are not far away from the university area per se, yet this has triggered us to make the move. Those three reasons had triggered us to make a move outside of the university area, or so-called the North Charlotte. And as promised at the beginning of the video, now, if you're one looking to move into the university area or North Charlotte, or perhaps you are looking to relocate, watching this video, looking to relocate, North Charlotte still has a lot to offer. Okay, the university area has a lot to offer. If you want starting a small business, one reason why you may want to consider the university area, you have 30,000 students that you can use as intern. You can use. They have a brilliant idea. They're young. They're still fresh, that you can use to help leverage your business. So you have a large pool of college students to help leverage your business, or perhaps give some opportunity to grow as a college student. I would have welcomed an opportunity to work for a real estate company when I was in college, or work for a company that I would grow up to be in. So having an established, or moving into the North Charlotte, or consider North Charlotte, if you are a business owner or one who has planned on starting a business, might be something you want to take in consideration, because you have a lot of opportunity when it comes to the job pool. Next in line, for us at the time, living in the university, North Charlotte was perfect. In our 20s, you have access to uptown Charlotte within 20 minutes. It is literally on North Tryon, 15-20 minutes you are uptown Charlotte. You are in Noda or Plaza Midwood, for where all the restaurant, all the live, what the best city has to offer. Within 15 minutes drive, 15 minutes, you are within the distance. So at the time, it makes sense to be in the area of North Charlotte where we were, compared to being in South Charlotte, or being in somewhere in Gaston County, where the drive may be 30, 40, 45 minutes depending on where you are. So 15 minutes to uptown Charlotte, or 15 minutes to Noda, Plaza Midwood, some of those areas for us make sense. So being in North Charlotte is, you have to if you're one that is involved in, or still like to the city life, and yes, want to be within proximity to the city, you may want to consider North Charlotte or the university area. Last but not least, the best reason why you would consider North Charlotte is if you are one in your looking for home. North Charlotte still have some of the most affordable home at the present time, in my opinion. Charlotte by no means is affordable, yet compared to the south side of Charlotte, North Charlotte is still somewhat affordable, where starting your home journey may be a place to consider. North Charlotte may be a place where you would want to start if you are a first-time home buyer, or if you're one looking for an affordable home that you can call home. So Charlotte, the north side of Charlotte still has a lot of great opportunities that still put North Charlotte on the map. Yeah, you may want to do your homework and before making a decision as to where you want it to be in Charlotte. I hope this video was able to clarify things. I spoke out of personal experience. For us, living in North Charlotte has been a blessing. We loved it. We are older now, and we felt that we wanted something a little bit more private, we wanted to be a little bit more on the conservative side. So those are the main reason why we decided to move outside of the North Charlotte or the university area city limit. Now, if you have more questions or felt that this video was helpful, feel free to comment below or reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to give you more information about North Charlotte. I know the area like the back of my hand. I don't need no GPS in North Charlotte. So anything you need to know about North Charlotte, I will be able to answer those questions for you. Now, the 3 zip code as mentioned earlier in this video that define North Charlotte are the 28269 zip code, 28262 zip code, and 28213 zip code. Those are the 3 zip code, in my opinion, define North Charlotte. Until then, see you on next video.